I'm Twyla Thurmond. I'm the local coordinator for the Native Village of Shishmaref. And my job is basically to be the point of contact for projects that are ongoing in the community, as far as engineering companies, Department of Transportation, FEMA, and folks like that.
I'm standing to talk to the current president of Shishmaref Railroad Corporation, chairperson for our Site Expansion Coalition.
Lloyd Kaitelak, I'm the president of the Native Village of Shishmaref.
Where do you guys live?
Shishmaref, Alaska.
Our island is like quarter mile wide by 3 miles long, you know. It's been inhabited like for 4,000 years, according to the radiocarbon data, you know, how old our artifacts were, so our ancestors were there for many years. The reason why it's there, easy access to the marine mammals and the land mammals. There's no other lagoon like this or place like that, you know, to subsistence activities all 4 seasons. Might want to add, our population might be almost 600 now in the island.
Yeah, it's usually between 500 and 700, depending on if teachers are in or people are traveling.
We might have like 185 students, somewhere around that, maybe 40-something.
At the school
certified,
area.
classified staff within the school.
In order to have our community be safe and free from danger and erosion, we need to put boulders or big rocks around the entire island so that it doesn't continue to erode and wash away infrastructure or our land. And our problem right now is sourcing out funding in order to gain the materials we need to do that.
So with climate change, we are seeing a lot of open water that's happening right now. It should be frozen, but there's no ice right now till end of January, February when it freezes. It's not safe to cross, and to teach youth to watch and learn like we did, myself and Stan, how to look at the ice and judge it just to be safe. Because the only way we could get off the island, summertime is by boat, wintertime is by snow machine. So we're trying to find a way to get revetment around the island to save it. Because other than that, we'd have to move to the mainland, what is trying to happen now, but it's going to take a while with no funding.
How much would it cost to move to the mainland?
I think it was like 158 million.
At one time it was like 180
180 million.
180 million to move the community. But our corporation, you know, we set aside 400 acres of land south side of the community, which is 9 miles inland. And we have a rock source, a mountain called Intermountain, and part of it is owned by the Berry Street Native Corporation. We need to work with Berry Street Native Corporation to access to the rock for, you know, for infrastructure foundation or for revetment protection on the north side of the island. And we also got to work with Congress for congressional say so, you know, because, you know, there's a 6-mile corridor, which is the park, from our new site to the rock source. So
To have permission to inhabit and to rehabilitate that land?
I think so. We're working with, you know, our representatives and with our National Park Service.
What's the biggest difficulty you face on a day-to-day basis?
The biggest difficulty that we face.
Mm-hmm.
I think the entire community always has that residual kind of fear that our future could be impacted. Our kids won't have a place to call home and live a traditional lifestyle.
What do you think the long-term solution should be?
I think it should be a lot easier as far as pathways go to get funding sources. to cooperate and to provide protection for our community.
And I hope they speed up, the congressional
Policy changes.
policy and Barron Strait Native Corporation. I know, and the parks are they're willing to work with us, to access to roads, for our new site. I know they did a wind study for airport runway last, how many, 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. They put
Weather station.
weather stations up there, so, which will be hopefully our new site. A lot of our kids in the school, they did survey with them, majority of them want to stay put, do the same activities they did, all 4 seasons with the subsistence activities. And, they don't lose our traditional culture and our values that were taught by our ancestors. If we're displaced, we're going to have 2 tribes fighting each other. There goes our culture, tradition, our values. So we'll lose our identity as Inupiaq. So.
There are currently no policies in place to facilitate protection for the community for ongoing issues, like providing rock revetment. We've had a few mass amounts of funding to where it provided rock revetment on certain parts of the island, but the parts that don't have the protection gets impacted, and a lot of land is lost because there isn't enough.
One of the major problems we had for many, many years is the word relocation. What we throw in the word relocation for projects, all the funding sources got cut off. So,
I think that happened, I think, because when a policymaker or a funding source sees the word relocation, they kind of grasp the magnitude of cost. So instead of using the word relocation, we've had to change it to expansion.
Site Expansion Coalition. And then that's where we start seeing funding, like for our new clinic, upgraded our washateria, upgraded our high school. And 3 and 4-year-old ECE, they're looking for land for their new building. So, after we strike the word relocation, some of these funding projects they promised us for many years, they finally got funds for them, because our region of Shishmaref was one of the communities that had the most medevacs, from Shishmaref to which is about 120 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And our clinic was too small to take care of a community that size.
Has this happened to any other communities in your region?
Yeah.
Or is happening?
It's one that's further along than we are is Kivalina and Newtalk. And I just recently made some networking contacts with the project manager, Romy Caliente there. And hopefully we'll get some good feedback from him too. I'm the local coordinator for the Native Village of Shishmaref, and I'm trying to figure out what type of funding is available, different grants that we could apply for to get more rock revetment for our community. A good contact for me would be by email or phone, and it's nvs.localcoordinator@gmail.com, or cellular phone, it's 907-793-7625.